ladies and gentlemen, to Overwatch Oasis Tier 1. We have Blank Assassins versus Pepehands tonight. I am your host, Sebi, and joining me tonight we have Mr. Cinnamon Biscuit.
What's up, guys? I'm looking forward to a nice match. Tier 1, we're everyone is just high rated. All the teams are well coordinated, and this is where you see the big plays just absolutely happen. So, I'm just excited to see what Pepe Hands and I forget the other team. I'm
Blank
dumb. I'm
Assassins.
bad at this. Blank Assassins, yes. I'm pretty excited to see what these guys pull off. Specifically, the people in like Grandmasters. These guys are going to be nuts.
Yeah, definitely going to be an interesting showcase. These two teams did play each other earlier in the season. I believe the score was 3-1 to Blank Assassins. Maybe Pepe Hands will bring something new to the table with their new pickup Scenic. Going into
hmm
this first map, we do seem to have a dive coming from Blank Assassins here. Nasty swapping onto the Rhine,
Yeah,
but or
I
is
think
he
they're
evading
just
us?
messing around with the swaps. Yeah. However, Scenic and Mori do seem to be running these double shield with the Rhaenyra. Usually you run the Sigma with this, but the Reinhardt will work. We have more of a dive look from the side of Blank, so this is more well, Pepe Hands' comp is more for like anti-dive. However, Ket does go down to Nasty, so that's going to be one down already. Make that two, and it's not looking good for the side of Pepe Hands. They're just kind of falling apart one by one, and yep, that Ointer is going to be the last one to fall to Electro Mouse.
Yeah, I think the combination of Ball and the Winston definitely caused a problem for Double Shield. And then obviously you had the dive onto the Ana, and from there it was pretty much just a snowball. Looks like no
hmm
swaps from Pepe Hands though as they come into this next fight.
Yeah, and as you see, they're gonna try to establish like a little point of control right here to just kind of hold them out. But it's not gonna be looking good. Scenic is falling very low. He's about 1 HP, and he falls to Icy. And here comes the blade. The blade is being popped. Electro finding one. Icy finding two with the blade. Tommen tries to find one, but it's not gonna be enough. They're just gonna kind of fall apart right there at the end. See if Tommen can get out without the stagger. Nah.
Does look like a nice dagger there for Blank Assassins, and coming into this next fight they do have the Primal and Copy. Pepe Hands are going to come into this fight with the Dumo, along with maybe the Nano if they get it in time. That being said, Trace is also
Yeah.
going to be close to that pulse bomb with Tarmin and
hmm
making his way.
Scenic swaps over to the Hog, so you're having more of a traditional like Orisa Hog combo. So this might work on them. However, they do lose two, but Winter does find one with his Doomfist, so it's still winnable. So we'll see what can happen. But Tommen falls, and they're gonna have to get out right now. Uh, but I think everyone just kind of fell apart there. Everyone just kind of died. So yeah, that's gonna be the fight.
Yeah, surprisingly, even with the first pick for Pepe Hands, they weren't able to bring that fight to a close. Blank Assassin's doing a really good job with the copy from Electro and getting that bongo out just to help them in that team fight, even while being down. But a very nice look
hmm
there from Scenic.
Oh,
Unfortunately, they weren't able to touch.
yeah, they don't even touch the point, and they just yeah, that's just 100 to 0 right there. They forget to touch the point, I guess. Well, I guess we're going to well now. But I don't know. What do you think needs Pepe Hands needs to do? Like, what do you think they're doing wrong here?
I think playing the heroes that are worse against dive is definitely a problem against them. Looks like we do have a couple of swaps here, and no one looks like they can be diveable now. That being said, Blank will swap off the Hog and maybe go to the Orisa along with the
hmm
McCree instead of the Genji. So they're sort of swapping off that dive, and
Yeah, you still have
maybe
the
they're
Wrecking Ball, but Wrecking Ball is more for like CC.
yeah, yeah, that's right. I'm surprised to see they aren't running a Hog at all. Maybe they won't need it with the potential boops from Cool Fuzz.
No, I think they're just trying to, be aggressive, be up in their face, kind of brawl with them. That being said, Icy and Electro Mouse find one, make or two, I should say, and yeah, they're just gonna win straight up. They just everyone finds a kill. Everyone just gets one, I guess.
Yeah, definitely a strong start for Blank Assassins there. Pepehands looks like they may need to swap something up, and they have. They swapped the Doomfist to the McCree, maybe to help against the Echo. Let's see
hmm
if that will make any difference.
It's really to try to shoot down the Echo from the sky and also help stun this Wrecking Ball.
Oh, and a
Uh,
huge boop there from
ooh,
Cool Fuzz.
Cool Fuzz finds two into the pit. There's both of their tanks gone, and they're gonna have to get out and regroup immediately. Oh, Tommen finds one on Electro.
Yeah,
That's
there is
gonna
that
be
Torbjorn that I was talking to you about before the stream.
yeah, that's crazy. I'm surprised he actually got him, but I mean, if they can get here before the Echo, which is highly unlikely because Echo has good mobility, they could probably win this fight. But Echo's gonna be here right now for this fight.
I think
And
Pepehands
here's the
just want
pull.
to
Mori
draw out
finds
the
one.
ults. Mori does find one, but Nasty retaliates.
And they get a duplicate off. He duplicated into the Roadhog, and here comes the whole hog, finding two, and make that, and all the buildables as well. So that's gonna be, yeah, that's just gonna be the fight. I mean, that hog duplicate was pretty clutch, honestly.
Yeah, Electro doing a really good job with the copies, turning the team fight in their favor when being extremely pressurized. That Hoggo able to take out Mori from the Immortality field, along with, I can't remember who else that was, but he was able to find two after shooting them out of the Immort field
hmm
and guaranteed their death
Tommen
there.
does. Tommen does have the Molten Core. Scenic finds one actually with a pull combo, but Sun finds Scenic, so that's gonna be tank for tank. I'm guessing, and yeah, here comes the duplicate yet again, and he duplicates into Orisa, but they do have this window up for the Baptiste, so perhaps it's just going to be healing him up right here. Electro finds one, the mines come down, it's a big slam in, and yeah, this is just going to be the cleanup right here onto the Orisa, and that's going to be the fight, pretty much, and that's probably going to be the round.
Yeah, that's looking like it. There goes the team kill, and Blank taking map 1 here. Very strong
Blank
start for them.
Assassins.
And we do have a lot of love in chat for Icy Wolf. I will spectate Icy, don't worry, Kimchi.
Yeah, I see. He did play very well on that McCree. It was just hitting shots over and over. But I do think Electro was just constantly finding these picks onto the with the duplicates. He was pretty clutch with that. Like, I mean, look at that card. It speaks for itself. 72%. That's crazy.
Yeah, both DPS working really well together. I would say Electro is doing most of the dirty work, whereas Icy is more towards the back and, getting those
hmm
nice headshots and dinks
Yeah, for
to
sure.
add that pressure.
Echoes are usually up close and personal, especially with that nerf for the focusing beam. So I mean, you can afford to stay back from the McCree, especially since they don't really have a dive. Uh, but even then, even if they add a dive, you could probably just stay back and stun them. But yeah, it looks like we're going to be going on Numbani for our next map. So you could see some dive being run here for first and second point. That's what I personally believe. You could see dive first and second point. Um, Maybe double shield, but we'll see.
Map 1 was to Blank Assassins.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would say Dive is especially strong for attacking on first point, and you could say second point it is also really good to get the high ground up top.
hmm
I wonder if Blank are going to be playing the Dive coming into this for attack.
Yeah, it'd be pretty good on those points. However, you would definitely need to swap for third point. You don't have really any high ground to control, and there's too many flanks to take out your supports. So,
If you were Pepe
um,
Hands though, what would you think the secret formula is in beating Blank Assassin's Dive?
um, honestly, I would say you need to run maybe a Sombra, um, or perhaps just pretty much everything. You just need CC. Maybe a good comp to go against it would be the double shield with the Sigma. That way you have the pull, the rock. You can have Brig and Baptiste for the immortality, of course. Yeah, I mean, and then for DPS, perhaps May and Reaper to just shut down these dives. That's what I'm guessing. It's just an anti-dive with that comp.
I would say maybe a Torbjorn to help deal with the Echo, and possibly a Hog. I mean, I saw Scenic get a really uh, a nice couple of hooks actually on first map. So maybe bringing out that Hog to deal with the potential dive would be a good shout. But that being said, it looks like Blank Assassins will be running that attack dive, similar comp to Ilios as they were running.
Yeah, they do have a dive going on, but they also have a torp, which is very interesting.
I think he's
Uh,
delaying us there.
oh yeah, perhaps, but I mean, it'd be kind of fun. It'd be kind of fun to see this, but they do. It's looking like Pepehands are kind of doing what I said in the Sigma Orisa combo, but yeah, I mean, it's pretty strong against dive.
Oh, there's the
Ooh,
pause.
here's a pause. Okay,
Sorry, I forgot to check that map
that's
one.
okay. And they do swap onto the Genji, so no Torb sad face. Tommen is playing Torb though, so they're kind of backed up in this corner right here, this little defense, and the Sigma is just kind of poking at them right here. But they're all going to be clumped up right here, just trying to stop this dive from just destroying them straight up.
I do want to be
Um,
careful if I were
yeah,
Ket here.
they do need to establish point control, and they lose Mori. And Icy Wolf and Electro are just going to be popping right now. And Ket does find Icy though, so that could be a turning point in the fight. Perhaps they can win this out, and they are finding the picks. Winter goes down though, and so does Ket. So it's all up to the Sigma, which is not going to be enough.
Yeah, again, a solid dive there from Blank Assassins. That was a little more drawn out than Ilios there, but definitely did do the trick there.
It was a lot closer of a fight. It could have gone either way, depending on who fell first. But you know, Pepe Hands ended up losing. So yeah, they get the point, and they have 5 minutes left for this, and they are going to stick onto the dive. Which, like I said, is pretty strong for this. Winter fighting cool though, so that could be the opening they need to just hold this corner right here. It's a pretty strong defensive hold. Scenic finds one. However, Electro sticks Ket, and he falls, so that could be big because they lose out on the trans right here. So if
Yeah,
Primal is
definitely.
popped, that could be bad.
Especially with the short spawns from Blank Assassins, you really do need that
hmm
trans coming into this next fight. But that being said, Tarmin and Winter are getting the picks here. Electro
Yeah.
does get the
However,
pick onto Sigma, and it's actually looking like they're
yes.
turning it around now.
Oh, Tom and his turret is just popping. It gets Electro actually, but they are going to be able to push this cart. So I mean, it was a pretty solid attempt at defense, I would say. But you know, the spawns in the just even if they were even if Blank Assassins were able to get just one pick, the respawns were just so much better.
And it does look like we are going to have an ult fest potentially for this next fight.
Yeah, plenty of ults to work with for Pepe Hands, and here's the big slam. Finds Wolf, but here comes the Molten Core and High Noon and the Trance. They're popping everything. The only thing they haven't popped is this Sigma ult. And Electro fighting too with the Pulse Bomb. That's pretty huge, and they managed to take the point. They invested everything into that and ended up coming short.
It was very close there. Electro with that pulse bomb was able to sway the fight in favor of Blank Assassins. Without that, I think it would have been a very 50-50 fight, more so in favor of Pepe Hands there. So a very clutch
For
bomb
sure.
for Blank Assassins, but a very unlucky bomb against Pepe Hands.
Yep, that's a real Pepehands. And there's the rock combo. Doesn't really find much here. And there goes the mines, spread out pretty much everywhere. And they're going to just be exploding more. You're finding Nasty, though. And that could be the opening you need to just establish some sort of point control. And there's the bongo being used. Ket finds Icy. And that's probably going to be a defensive hold for once. They do manage to hold them off. But they do have... Blank Assassins do have 4 minutes to work with, though.
Yeah, just looking at chat, it is important to know that Pepehands are playing off roles since they don't have everyone here. But again, they're not doing a bad job playing these off roles. I would be more excited to see what they'd be able to do on these main roles, but
Yeah, for sure they're not doing bad. It's just that, you know, since Blank Assassins are, I believe they're playing on their, real roles. They're just performing better mechanically, but that's not saying that Pepehands are doing bad. And here comes the wall. I mean the window. So we'll see what comes out of this. They're just spraying these people down, trying to find some sort of opening. Here comes the bone core. And they do find Icy though, and Tommen finding 3. That's pretty big. That's a nice one core from him. Make that 4. He gets a 4K in that fight.
yeah, very
Huge
solid
plays
there.
by Tommen.
Minimum ults being expended as well. Only the Matrix and the Molten Overload being used.
Mm-hmm.
Looks like we are going to have a couple of swaps from Blank now, going on to the Mercy Moira and the DPS swap as well. It's a good shout for that
Yeah.
Junkrat against double shield. Pepehands do need to watch out as they don't have any sort of spam against double shield themselves here.
Yeah, it's looking like they do have a lot of ults to work with. They pop that, Pepehands that is, they pop the rally to give everyone that armor. They have the flux and they have the high noon combo as well with that. So they should win out in this fight, but we'll see what they're able to pull off right here. There's the slam. Cool falling very low, but he's gonna get healed up right here. Dynamite taking out his turret. Taking out the Torp's turret, and there's the Coalescence being invested. High Noon is popped, and finds Cool actually, so that's going to be one up in the fight. However, they answer right back. Electro finds Tommen, and could be either way, and Icy finds one, and they get the res off, but Winter's coming back. He's clutching it, and that could be all they need. They need to just win out in this fight. They do have the respawn advantage. Scenic finding one, trading Electro for Winter, so it should be the one fight. Minute 30 left, pretty much.
Yeah, Winter done a lot of damage in the backlines before they even realized that he was there, able to take out 2, and sort of ended that fight without the use of any ults, aside from the High Noon, but again, he's just over 50%.
Yeah, they have plenty of walls to work with here, and Scenic could build up his flux, but they do pop bongo, both of them. Here comes the Riptire from Icy, and it doesn't find anything because Winter takes it out. Icy taking out Tommen though, so that's an ult for a player. Icy finding 1. Well, make that 2, make that 3 actually, but that's gonna be it pretty much. Unless they can find a way to just touch real fast, but it's not gonna be enough. They finish. 56 seconds left.
A very strong defense there towards the end from Pepehands, stopping that sort of snowball effect from happening. I think they went from 3 to 4 minutes from that final push to just under a minute, so definitely doing a good job there. I would like to see what Blank are gonna bring into defense coming into this.
Yeah, it's gonna be pretty interesting to see what they run. I'm not expecting them to run dive. That would be nuts, but I mean, I don't know. You could see maybe that Orisa Sigma that they're running um, towards the end there, and it's looking like that's what we are gonna be seeing. Uh, Pepehands. I don't think they're gonna stick on this Hanzo or the Ash, but we'll see how that goes. I do believe they are going to be running this Orisa Sigma, though. It's a very strong combo.
Yeah, definitely a really strong combo at the moment. I would say Pepehands, or excuse me, Blank Assassins are going to go for some sort of spam with the Pharah here. They are going to be running the double shield of their own, so that's going to be interesting. Kimchi, we aren't ignoring you. We love you, dude.
Yep, and here we go. They are going to be sticking on this, though. I thought they would have swapped off the Hanzo, perhaps, and maybe have gone for more of a flanker. But I guess this is more for just shield breaking here. Icy on this Pharah could be interesting, but is in a lot of danger, though, because they have plenty of stuff to shoot at him. So we'll see how this Pharah works out for them. And here's the shield war. They're just going to be trying to pick off everyone, and here comes Winter. First pick on the Nasty, but instantly gets rezzed by Nano. So it's just going to result in a negated trade. Here comes the pull off the high ground. That could be big. They're going to be fighting right here in the neutral. And it could be anyone's fight, really. No one really getting close to their ults. Icy finding Wolf, make that 2. Finds Winter as well, but Winter and Tommen taking out a couple as well, so that could be the fight for him, honestly, because Tommen is just absolutely popping right now. No one can stop him. He's just up on the high ground, picking everyone off.
Yeah, I really like the rotation there from Tommen, going all the way around from the left side onto that high ground, and then, you know, just raining down damage from above. Blank had to focus on the ground and couldn't even look up.
Yeah, and they're going to have about just as much time as Blank had for their push. That being said, Electro finds Ket, but he also gets picked off as well, but that is going to get rezzed. So it's going to be pretty much even, though, because of the spawn advantage. Here comes the Dragon Strike, and it just cuts the team right in half.
Yeah,
they should be able to get this Orisa right here, and they will.
That dragon was really good to sort of take Nasty out of position. And he was able to get the follow-up. Icy does get 1, but Ketlemingske and Winter do follow up with their kills.
Yep, and they're probably going to be able to push this cart. I do think they're going to be able to recontest, but it's going to be tough. As long as these supports do not get picked right here, they are going to be able to recontest. And here comes the Bob.
From Niano, was able to get out,
yeah,
even though she was like deep inside enemy territory.
Yeah, that was pretty funny to watch. And here comes the window from both sides. Mori instantly shreds down Nasty, but Icy finds Wolf, and it's just not going to matter though, because Mori and Tommen are just popping. They find the Bob, they find the pick and the Bob, and
a very nice
the widow goes down as well.
There, allowing Mori to just pop off there.
Yeah, that was pretty huge. They took down the main tank, which of course, I mean, that's just, if you take down the main tank or like your main support, that's pretty much just going to be the fight. Here comes the Dragon Strike. It's just going to go straight into the room. Doesn't really find much. Here comes the Flux. Finds a couple people, but the Immortality Field does go down, so it's not going to matter. However, Icy Wolf taking out Tommen and Wolf and Mori as well. So that's just going to be the fight. Icy just pretty much shutting him down.
Yeah, definitely a strong fight there. Blank Assassins needed that coming into this. Again, they were being snowballed, and I think this is the sort of momentum that they needed in their favor.
Ooh,
now.
Electro getting staggered just like that. Oh no, not Electro. Ket being staggered by Electro. Oopsies. But yeah. They are going to have the Bongo to work with. Pepehands, that is. And all Blank has is that window, and perhaps a Bob coming up real soon. So we'll see how that works. Bongo being dropped.
Once I figure out what the input is for that.
Yeah.
I'm not sure what it is at the moment.
Bongo's dropped. Doesn't really find much, though. Here comes Bob. Into the back line. He's kind of launched in there, but Bob gets instantly shredded by Winter. They trade. Here comes a Bob of Pepehands, and it just instantly gets taken down as well. Both Bobs just getting shredded. Shatter comes down, pretty huge, and they get a couple picks off of the Shatter, and That's going to be the fight unless Winter and Tommen have anything to say about it. Uh, they do have enough members to win this out, but the spawns are just going to be way better for blank. Here comes the Flux. Finds 3 people. Huge slam, but it's not going to really do anything. No one really dies from it. However, here comes a Flux of their own. Kills Wolf, and Nasty going to get the cleanup right here.
Yeah, definitely doing a good job forcing Pepehands to invest the Sigma ult.
For sure.
So they were able to
And
take that out, along with, I think the Matrix came out there as well. With that
yeah,
being
and
said, they've only got 2 ults to work with from the side of Blank Assassins now.
yeah, and it's looking like they do have the Dragon Strike, but that's going to be all they have to work with for the bands. That is. Here comes the Riptire. See if we can find anything. And it finds Winter. So there goes their only ult they had to work with. Um, and Nasty getting that Fire Strike in. They get the Dragon Strike off actually, but it doesn't find anything. It just goes straight through the team, not really finding much. And this is going to be a struggle, to be honest, for Pepehands to just win this out.
Oh, a nice one clip there from Electromouse. Was able to take out Kep, who thought he was
Wow.
safe.
Oh man, they're not even going to get a chance to fight. They're just going to get shut down before they even have a chance. Because Tommen is getting taken out by Icy, but they do res it off, so perhaps they can find a pick off of this. They're going to be fighting up here in this little room, hoping to just drop down straight onto them. Pulse Bomb comes in, doesn't really find much, just a lot of damage being thrown at them. But nothing they can't heal up, and that gives them a chance to pop their Valkyrie. And here comes the window right here, and it should be like not that big of a window because everyone's just kind of in front of it now. Here comes the Shatter actually. Winter though, finding 2, make that 3, and they should be able to get some cart push off of this hopefully.
Again, Winter in the back lines just, popping off. The rest of the team not really able to turn around because of the pressure that the rest of Pepehands are putting onto them. And yeah,
And here's Icy actually. Look at this in the room. He's about to pop this Riptire right behind them, and here it comes. Finds 2, and Tommen and Wolf go down, and that's going to be the fight. They need to fall back immediately and just try to find a way to regroup
yeah,
so
it's
they
gonna
have a
be
chance to
very
even
difficult
touch.
now for Pepehands to touch here.
They have a Wrecking Ball, so perhaps they can touch as well as a Tracer. We'll see how this goes. And here comes the Wrecking Ball. He touches, and here comes the Slam, but he's going to get instantly taken down by Electro. Here comes the Gravitic Flux, and it's not going to really do much other than a lot of damage onto Nasty and Icy. But Icy taken out when Nasty just cleaning him up right here, right now. All they need to take care of is this Sigma, and that should be the fight. And yep, there it is. Pepehands are just going to lose this one to Blank. Blank is up 2-0.
Yeah, I think the DPS were definitely doing a really good job, particularly Icy on Blank Assassins was getting tires relatively quickly, and for a second I thought, what was the point of Pepehands taking that top rotation with a Junkrat? But surprisingly, they were able to win that fight with Winter in the backlines. Winter consistently being in the backlines and being able to get quite a few picks due to that. So I think that's something Blank Assassins do need to watch out for, and you can see from the damage done there.
Yeah, Winter just did so much onto the Hanzo, like on the Hanzo, putting in a lot of damage. Made a huge impact, honestly. They had to constantly just keep everyone alive from just those Hanzo arrows, but no one else was able to just, I guess, put in that as much work you know, onto anyone else.
I agree with you. Now, next map is going to be Temple of Anubis. We will have
Hmm.
blank defending this time round.
Okay, so Temple of Anubis. I said this last time I casted a game of Temple, and I said Temple is one of those maps where you can get away with running very very weird stuff, stuff you would normally never run. You can get away with it in this map, like Symmetra, Bastion, uh, and yeah, I mean you can get away with a lot here.
I'd be
You can have
very
the double
excited
strike.
to see the Bastion come out. Though I do think for defense, a strong lineup would be maybe an Ash Junkrat with double shield. I wouldn't be surprised if we see Pepehands bringing this out with the Baptiste and maybe the Mercy. Blank may try and go dive again for attack here.
Yeah, a dive would be pretty nice here, especially if they can get Pepe Hands off the high ground. Um, that could be a pretty nice idea right there. But it all depends on what Pepe Hands is going to be running on their defense, so we'll see.
Now let me see if I can find the first person view. Toggle third person is toggle normal. Okay, we'll see if that works. Looks like we're keeping the lineups the same.
Okay.
So here we
Um,
go again.
yeah, here we are jumping into Anubis. I do see Junkrat working here. Like it's typically not a hero that a lot of high rank players typically like to play because I mean there's better options you know whenever you have just more skill. But Junkrat here is great for just spamming him down.
Yeah,
So we'll
especially
see
these
if
tight corridors and small spaces here on the left and right for the attacking side. But what does
so yeah.
chat want to see? That's the real question.
Ooh,
Anything in
chat.
particular?
You guys want to see some Torb, hammer kills only?
Maybe we'll see that tonight. We did see Tarmin pop off on that Torbjorn earlier, so maybe always a chance.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I see. He is going to be running that Junkrat, like you said, but they aren't going to be running the hit scan. They're going to be running the Echo instead.
Yeah, very
So,
similar to the comp that I just mentioned, changing the Echo for the changing the Ash for the Echo, but relatively the same. Junkrat being, the biggest menace for the defensive side here.
hmm
Now for the
and
attacking side, we've got an interesting strat coming online with the Sim
just look
Bastion
at
double shield.
Pepe Hans's comp. You got Talman onto the Symmetra, and then you got Winter onto the Bastion.
Looks like they're
So this is
swapping
going to
off.
be very interesting. Cat just fell pretty much instantly, though. I'm assuming they had the Junkrat trap in the mine set up over there at spawn, and Cat just kind of fell for it. But yeah, here comes the spam into the corridors. Like you said, they're just going to be spamming both the sticky bombs and everything else. And here comes the TP actually from behind, and they're going to be hopping over this little arch right here. It's a little tricky strat they're going with, but the Bastion is going to be falling to... oh no, he didn't fall yet, but Cat falls to Electro. And Winter finding Electro, actually, so it's a trade right here. Trading support for DPS. Icy finding Tommen, and so and Winter just answering right back. They're still in this fight, Pepehands that is, and they should be able to win this with just the sheer output of damage that Bastion brings to this. Unless the respawns come in time, in which case, the Echo could be a problem. Here comes the Riptire from Icy, coming in, hops right over the shield, but gets instantly melted by Winter. So, yeah, that's just going to be that ultimate. Here comes the configuration tank. Let's see what he can do with this.
Oh, Nice block there
It's
from
not really finding anything though.
Boolbars. Able to take out Scenic from using his ult.
Hmm. And here comes the duplicate under the Orisa. Actually, that's an interesting duplicate. But Icy is gonna find a couple people. Here comes the duplication bongo, and they're gonna be able to win this out. Sun finding two at the end of that fight.
Yeah, very surprising there. With Winter picking up the first two picks for his team in that fight, Blank was still able to sort of hold on and not even give a tick.
Yeah, I feel like they should have won that fight ages ago, but Orisa and Sigma were just able to stall it out as well as the Mercy just helping. Like they're just able to stall for so long that their respawn just came and it was enough for them to win the fight.
Now we do
Here
have
comes
Icy
Bongo,
maybe
the real
gonna
one this
pop the
time.
tire. No, he died. Will
Yep.
they be able to res that? Looks like Niana is looking for that res. A very good res as well, bringing that tire back into the fight if need be. But it looks like it's not needed, and they're just pushing the Sigma and Baptiste back out.
Yeah, it's just gonna be one of those fights where, you know, the Mercy res was actually pretty big. It was able to bring back Icy, which was all the spam damage they need to just, you know, destroy him. However, Tommen switches on to the Echo and finds Icy immediately, taking out that Junkrat. And it's not really in a resable spot, so they're going to be one player down for this fight. And here they are pushing into the room. And Winter finding one as well, but that is going to be res. And here comes the window.
Yeah, very clutch
It's
there to take out the Junkrat in the start of the fight, able to sort of take out the tire for a little while. Though the tire does make it back onto the fight, and is able to find
oh,
Wolf.
there we go. Finds Wolf, and they're gonna be winning it out. Actually, that is actually nuts that they're able to win this fight just like that. Wow.
Solid plays there from the DPS of Pepehands, but didn't look like enough. Um, that's all I can really say. Yeah, I think the Junkrat that died early on, he still was able to get some value with that tire from pretty much spawn by taking out
And
Wolf there.
that really, I mean, if I were a Pepehands, I'd be pretty gutted after that. Like after pretty much winning both fights, and both fights just ended up getting turned around like that. Oh, that must be heartbreaking for them. But in any case, we'll see what they can pull off here on the defense. See what they bring out.
Maybe looks like they're gonna go for some sort of dive here from Blank, or maybe not with the Reinhardt.
Hmm. Yeah, and we have the Torb coming out from Tommen. So let's see how that goes. But we also have Orisa Sigma. So same thing as they're playing pretty much on Gibraltar. But
Gibraltar.
I'm not Gibraltar, Numbani. My bad.
I was gonna say,
Sometimes I get
wait a
those
minute.
maps. Sometimes I get those maps mixed up. But in any case, we're gonna see if they decide to stick with this Wrecking Ball. I don't think they're gonna stick with Ryan though. Alright, could just be straight up wrong. Interesting comp coming from them. Ket getting just taking out Electro pretty much instantly. So how do you feel about this comp being shown from Blank?
Definitely an interesting comp. I don't know what the plan would be there. Maybe the Reaper and Ryan sort of brawl it out while the Ball and Echo sort of go for a little flank.
I don't know, but the Wrecking Ball boops off a couple people, and Electro able to find one, but gets res instantly. Icy finding two, though, that could be the opening to just instantly win the fight, and that's going to be it. Just like that, they're able to take it. And yeah, they win the series, but it's not over yet. Let's see if Pepehands can just win one of the matches, or one of the maps.
Yeah, very strong attack there. Blank only needing that one tick, and they were able to get it in pretty much the first fight. Ket was able to get the first pick before the fight even initiated, but Blank doing a good job just waiting for the respawn and regrouping.
Yeah, I don't know. It was gonna be tough for Pepehands to just hold it for that long. Like, yeah, I don't blame him for losing that right there because holding, a full hold just like that for so long, whenever their opponent is that strong, it's just gonna be tough either way. So they shouldn't be upset about that. Uh, However, there is gonna be one more, I believe. Right?
Yes, and we are going to be going to Rialto. Definitely my favorite map in the entire game, even over King's Row. I don't know about you, but definitely find Rialto to be the most prettiest and with the best sightlines.
I do love me some Rialto, but for me, I don't know. I even though the heroes that I specialize in aren't good in this map, I like playing this map. It's Elios.
Ilios is definitely a fun one as well.
hmm
I do
I
have to
love playing that
agree.
map, but my heroes are bad in that one.
I do have to agree with Aiden though. I think Pepehands were doing a good job getting the opening picks from Winter and Tarmin onto that attack, but seems like they weren't able to push as efficiently as they wanted, and because of the fight getting drawn out, Blank were able to sort of turn things around multiple times.
Yeah, they're I don't know. They were just they were so close, Pepe Hands, to just winning out some of these fights, and yeah, I guess those picks were big. Uh, you know, they were just able to hang on for just a little bit longer and manage to stay on, keep a point presence, I should say, for just a little bit longer and wait for the response to come back and just win out the fight. Uh, I don't know. I don't know what Pepeans could have really done to win. I guess it was going to be a tough fight either way.
I think keeping the tanks alive for a little too long on the side of Blank really sort of negated some of the pushes that Pepehands could go for even after getting a couple of picks. I think the healers doing a good job hiding behind the tanks were able to keep the tanks up and just sort of keep the fight alive for Blank Assassins. So maybe a little bit more focus onto the tanks may have changed the course of the fight. That's just my
Perhaps.
opinion though.
Yeah.
Kimchi, what do you think?
Hmm?
Kimchi in chat. They're sad that everyone's quiet.
Oh, okay.
I want to get an insight into the brain of Kimchi and see what they thought. You weren't listening, don't worry. It wasn't an important question.
It wasn't important. Don't worry about it.
Yeah,
So yeah, it's looking like Blank Assassins are gonna have a substitution coming in though.
yeah, it looks like
Uh,
Leo is going to be coming in. I don't think I've actually seen Leo play in a league game so far, so would be exciting if this is his debut game for season. What season are we in? Season 3? Season 4?
yeah, I don't know, but let's see. Is it just one or is it two subs? Because I thought both. I thought I saw two come in.
Yeah, Leo and Lucan. So Lelucan will be DPSing as well as Leo. Icy Wolf taken out and Electra has also left. I think aside from that, everything is the same, and we're ready to start.
Yep, and here we go. Final map, Rialto. Um, Pepeans may have already lost the series, but let's see if they can just at least get one map win off of this series, I guess. Let's see.
1 second, I'm gonna have to back out.
Oh, did you not put it in competitive rules?
No, it was a team chat bug.
Oh, okay, okay. Give me 1 second. And you can start if you want, but just gotta grab something. We ready to go?
Just waiting on the ready.
Okay. And here we are. We're just gonna drop straight into this one. Yeah, last map for the series. So we'll see how it goes. Hopefully, you know, they do manage to win this out. Hopefully, they do manage to put up a pretty good fight right here
Yeah,
and
definitely
not
will.
get 4-0'd.
Let me have a look here.
Excuse me. Um.
There we go. Okay.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Let's see what the defense is gonna be running right here. Give me 1 second. All right, so we have a Doomfist. More of a dive look for the side of from the side of Pepehands. We also have a Roadhog, so that's going to be very interesting. Hmm, interesting comp. I don't know what to make of this defensive comp here, but we also I don't know if this is going to be for sure, but we also have double hit scan coming through from blank. So let's see if this stays, and it does. And Doomfist's instantly going to put some pressure onto Leo. So they're going to get past the bridge here. I don't think Hog is going to find anything unless maybe he might find a hook right here. Yep, he does. Gets the McCree actually,
Yeah, nice hook on
but he
Cat.
needs to play with his team. I think he needs to go back and help him out. I guess. Uh, let's see. They are going to be able to win this fight. Tommen and Ket finding the necessary picks, I guess, but Ket falls, so that's going to be bad. The respawns are much better for blank, so we'll see how that plays out.
Yeah, definitely an interesting lineup from the defensive side with the Winston and the Hog. Not really something you see very often.
Yeah, for sure. But it seems to be working. However, Tommen is going to fall very low. He's going to need to get out, get some heals right here. Winter finding Leo, but gets taken out by Little. I don't know how to pronounce the name, but Wolf finding Suns though, so that's probably going to hold him off. Tommen popping that Primal, finding a couple people. Yeah, they're just going to be able to win that just straight up. Nothing really much to say about that.
Yeah, solid side or a solid defense there. Surprisingly working with the tank lineup that they have, and they do have quite a few ults coming online for this next fight, as do Blank Assassins here.
Yeah, it's honestly very surprising to me that they're able to just win these with that kind of lineup. Here comes the Shatter and the Flux, and that's just going to be instant win with that combo. There is a Molten Core though. That's going to be preventing them from touching this cart, but it's not going to really do much. They might have a chance to come back here and stall this out for one more desperate fight,
Yeah,
but
definitely, especially with the Winston being able to use the
yep.
jump pack.
And
That being said, the Bob comes out.
here comes Bob. Instantly gets dragged. but he doesn't fall into the water. He's on the boat, taking pot shots at all the team right here. But Winter and Wolf are just gonna find a couple of these picks, and so is Ket. So it's not looking good for Blank. That is. Uh, Winter finding Leo. So they're just gonna continuously, I guess, find these picks, and Winter also finding the other hit scan. So I mean, I don't know what Blank is gonna need to do here. This is gonna be tough for him.
Yeah, definitely an interesting turn of events here. Blank are working with 3, close to 4 ults coming into this final fight.
Yep, and here comes the Deadeye. Doesn't really find anything more for zoning him out, and yeah, here comes a huge anti onto the Rhine. This is really bad for him. Shatter coming down, but as well as the Molten Core. The Torb gets taken out, but it could be anyone's fight still. Here comes the Nano onto the Doomfist, and Primal also being popped right here. This Doomfist needs to find some value off of this Nano, and he's not. But Ket is gonna fall, and so does Tom, and there's both of the tanks. But Winter finding one could be able to stall him out, but Nasty finding 3k in that, so yeah, they're gonna be able to cap this.
Yeah, Nasty done a lot of work there. Was able to pin the hog and then take out the Brig along with one more before being taken out himself, and being, what, close to 70% to his ult from that one fight. So definitely strong plays there from Blank. Interesting to
For
see
sure.
how Pepehands haven't swapped anything up. This tank line seems to be working for them. And, I mean,
Yeah,
if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
yeah, exactly. Leo, though, finding Tom, and so that could be, I guess, pretty bad for him. But we'll see how that plays out. Wolf also falls, actually, but here comes the Meteor Strike. Probably going to escape with this because Winter was like 1 HP. Shatter coming down. It's not really going to find anything, and here comes the Whole Hog, as well as the High Noon. High Noon gonna find Tommen. Tommen falls again. Winter getting one, and so does Scenic. So that's going to be a win for the defense.
Now we do have a couple of ults online for Blank Assassins here, so Pepehands do need to watch out in regards to this. They don't have any sort of defensive ult to work with, so that grab could be quite big.
Yeah, this grab could be huge. Yeah, they do have plenty of else to work with. They have the rally being popped already. Leo and Cool finding a pick, but Winter getting one, and that Hog instantly takes the soldier out of tactical visor. So they're just that ultimate's just gonna be shut down, and they're gonna win a defensive fight yet again.
Yes, very strong hold here from Pepehands, using minimal ults, if any, just to hold back Blank Assassins. But again, Wolfheart still has the grab here, Lucan with the High Noon. Maybe they're trying to pair the two of those ults up. They do need to watch out for Winter in the back, and he does get Leo there. Coming with a
Yeah, and they are going to be finding these 3 picks. Winter just absolutely putting in work on this Doomfist, finding so many picks here, and I do not think that Blank is going to be able to contest this. I think it's pretty much done and dusted right here. So they have a win condition here. What do you think they need to do to just take a map from these guys right here, right now?
Who, Pepehands or Blank?
Yeah, Pepehands.
I think this wacky sort of strategy was working for them. Maybe if they sort of keep it up, they can do something about it. It's definitely been working in their favor.
I think they just need to keep themselves unpredictable. I agree with that. I mean, it was working. We saw it was a little more successful than running the traditional stuff. But we'll see what Blank has to offer on defense. Maybe they just full hold them here, not even let them take a point, or maybe they just get stomped. We'll see.
Yeah, it wasn't necessarily a bad push from Blank. They were able to get it, I'd say, midway to second point. So it's
Hmm.
definitely beatable, but it's again definitely losable. It depends on how Blank are going to be playing this defense here, and they do have that Ash with the Torb this time round, running their own sort
Yeah,
of hog now as well. So
yeah,
interesting
it's a
combo.
very similar comp to what Pepehands was trying to run. But it's looking like they are going to stick on to this odd tank comp right here with the Hog and with the Winston. And they are running this turret, I'm assuming, to shut down the dive here. But, I mean, they're just going to dive this turret right here, right now, and just take it out instantly. Yep, there it is. Baptiste onto the high ground to try to shoot on these on the Winston, but it's not really going to do anything. He's going to force Immortality Field, though, the Doomfist, so that's huge. Wolf finding Nasty. That's going to be the opening they need.
A very
And,
nice res there from Niano. Was able to get Nasty back up into the fight. But a nicer purple from Mori just shut down Nasty immediately.
mm-hmm. Cat's going to find Nasty, well, not Cat, Wolf is going to find Nasty yet again. But Tom is going to fall, so that gives him a chance right here to contest. So we'll see how that goes. Let's see who wins out in this neutral fight. They are going to be running this Orisa to establish more point control. But here comes the whole hog. That whole hog's going to do a lot of damage, a lot of work. Here comes Molten Core as well. It's going to not really do much here. Winter is just going to find a couple picks right here, as well as the turret. They're just going to win this fight straight up.
Yeah, very solid push here from Pepehands, coming with just over 5 minutes onto point B. And they only need to bring it around this corner to win this fight. Do have quite a few
Yeah.
ults to work with as well. Blank only having the 2 healer ults at the moment, so this is definitely going to be difficult for Blank to hold this. Not
Mm-hmm.
impossible, but very one-sided at the moment.
Yeah. Pepe answers everything, though. However, the Molten Core gets shut down by Leo. That could be what they need to stop him here. But Tommen and Winter popping off nasty, finding Moiri, though. No one's touching the cart here. They need to push this cart. I think someone should push it a little more. But Ket and Winter finding these picks here. That could be the opening they need to push this cart. Tommen falling to nasty, so it's gonna look like they are gonna get this cart right here, perhaps right under this arch, and that's all. That's gonna be all for now. They do have 4 minutes though, still, so it's not the end of the world.
Yeah, Lucan doing a good job with the Molten Core there, forcing Pepehands to go back. Unfortunately, wasn't able to get any sort of kills with it though.
Yeah, Leo getting Winter with the flashbang. That is gonna be the meteor strike just gone like that. We'll see how they're able to push. This Torb is playing with the turret over here. Winter's back already, doing this in his rollouts. Here's the bongo. Meteor Strike gonna come in and instantly smash on that bongo, and also deal some pretty nice damage right here. So yeah, there we go. There's the high noon. Winter finding Suns, and it's looking like
And there's the hammer kill.
Blank is gonna win this out. Yeah. There's a hammer kill, that's what I was talking about. Yeah. Nice shout. That was a nice hammer kill. There we go. But I mean, I wouldn't be worried if I were Pepehands. They still have a minute, well, 2.5 minutes to work with here. They just need to regroup and figure something out here.
Winston Doom making too much space. I agree with you. Yeah, they're doing a lot going into the back line and harassing there. Blank, not really sure how to deal with them. They sort of are, but sort of aren't at the same time. It's quite interesting how
Hmm.
they're playing this out. I think Focus Fire is definitely helping, but may not be enough. Leo with a nice pick to start things off, and big pick as well against Tamin.
Yeah, and Leo and Torb are going to find these kills right here. The Torb turret taking out one as well as the Molten Core. Nasty finding Winter. It's looking like they're going to be able to hold this yet again. They had to use pretty much every ult here, besides perhaps the window. That's all they have left. But, I mean, if you're looking at Pepehands, they don't really have much to work with either, so I mean, if they take this fight right here, it could be anyone's fight. Um, the Wrecking Ball gets antied. That could be huge, but no one's going to be able to follow up. The hook misses. That could have been a really devastating pick, but it is because Winter gets the punch onto him.
Yeah, that was a really good job
Molten
with the
Core.
CC there.
Yep, Molten Core being popped. Nasty finding Winter though, and there it is. The Molten Core is going to be finding two people actually.
Yeah, very good job
So
forcing Pepe Hands
yeah,
to
this
either back
Torb is.
out or die into that ult.
I don't know. This Torb's popping right now. This and Leo as well.
Blank,
Now is where you start to worry if you're Pepe Hens.
Blank are doing a really good job of using their ults. They still have two coming into this final fight. Pepe Hands pretty much just having Hog and Torb for this final fight.
Yeah.
Will it be enough though? Is the real
I
question.
mean they have Bone Core, and it could be enough if they put it in a good spot. So we'll see how that goes. The Winter finding Torb. That is the pick that they probably needed. Here comes Leo with on the Torb pick as well, and Arissa falls. And Hog gets the whole Hog kill, make that two, and that's gonna be it. They do manage to find the map, and Pepe Hands are gonna win that map, and that's gonna be a 3-1 series.
Very impressive there. They were able to whittle down 5 minutes off the clock, but Pepe Hands able to bring it back in that last fight and get themselves on the scoreboard.
Yeah, I mean, I'm glad they are able to take this map because you know it always feels bad whenever you're just getting stomped like that, and then you just get swept. Like it just feels bad. So I'm glad that they are able to just at least find one map off of this. But in any case, that's gonna be it.
Hang
Like
on,
Assassin's taking it 3-1.
let me just check something real quick.
Oh, we have to name MVPs, right?
Before MVPs, it's going to be a 4-0 to Blank Assassins. Unfortunately, we did see Ket on the Roadhog here, and he hasn't placed, um, so it will be a forfeit for the last map there, unfortunately, for Pepe Hand, so the score will be 4-0 to Blank Assassins.
Yeah, I mean, you hate to see it, but I mean, them's be the rules. So I was wondering why we saw Ket on the Hog. Um, Even though, yeah, I was pretty sure he wasn't able to play that, but I mean, yeah, that's the rules. You're not supposed to do that.
But yeah, like he was saying, it's gonna be MVPs now. Any idea?
MVPs. I think Nasty for tank.
You think Nasty? I do want to give a shout out to Scenic though. I think Scenic was doing a really good job playing the Sigma and I believe the Roadhog as well. He was doing a lot with the
Hmm.
rocks and he was getting some really nice Graviton fluxes, but I would agree with you. I think Nasty was all around doing a really good job all throughout all four maps that I believe he was
Yeah,
in. He was making a lot of space for his team on the Winston, doing the same with the Rhine. I think he played the Orisa as well. Yeah,
Yeah, overall, he
I would be
just played
more in
really well.
agreement with Nasty here.
Who's. What do you think for DPS?
DPS, it's honestly it can be anyone's game. I think Tarmin and Winter were both doing an incredible job, as were Icy and Electro. Electro was popping more at the start, and he was still consistently getting a few kills towards the end. Icy was just all around consistent. I do
Hmm.
I do think that Winter and Tarmin were doing an incredible job though. More so Winter being in the back and getting a lot of picks, um, being able to
Yeah, for
turn
sure.
team fights. So I kind of want to give it to Winter here.
Yeah, I was thinking IC as well as Winter as well. Also Winter. So I mean, yeah, I can agree with that.
Oh, am I super quiet? Sorry guys. Hopefully that's better.
I can
And
agree.
yep, for heals then we gotta give the healer two blank. I am more in the mind of giving it to Sons. I think he was doing a fantastic job on the Baptiste with the immorts and the windows, helping out his team, getting quite a few picks, and again being able to turn the fights, especially in Temple of Anubis, keeping his tanks alive and just keeping the fight alive for blank assassins there. I don't know about you, but
Yeah, for sure. I would definitely give it to Suns as well. I mean, Nano Boost played very well, but I mean, Suns and his Baptiste were just absolutely popping pretty much the entire time he was on that hero. So yeah, I'm in agreement with that too.
deserves MVP for being stuck on Orisa. I mean, I don't disagree with you there, Kunchi. But I think that's it. 4-0 to blank assassins. I'm not really sure when the next games are, but I think that's going to be it from us, guys.
Yep, and later.
Yeah, thanks for
Later.
watching, guys. See you later.